Hello, my name is Anthony, and right now I'm going to walk you through an Xcode tutorial to help you learn how to use Cocoa bindings for your Mac OS X applications. So before we begin, I just want to let you know that if you'd like to watch this video at a higher resolution, you can do so at my Rever account, which you can find at one.rever.com/account/show/masna. And obviously for something like this it's better because it's easier to read text, and when you're programming that's extremely crucial. Okay, so let's start off by opening Xcode and creating a new project. Cocoa application, of course. I named it bindings testing, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm briefly going to explain what we're going to do here. So let's open the main menu.nib file, and we have here a window, an instance of NS window, and what we're going to do is, through using bindings, on the click of a button we're going to make this window disappear. Now for time purposes we're going to use bindings for only one aspect, which is actually making the window disappear, or the window's visibility value. So let's start off. We'll create our app controller class, and actually go to the inspector window. We're going to create one action, like I said, just for to speed things up a little bit. Make window disappear. Okay, now let's instantiate and create the files for that class. Okay, so now let's go to the Cocoa, the UI elements palette here, and let's drag an NS button instance to the NS window that we have. And we're just going to name it make window disappear. So on the click of a button, an action is going to be executed which will change the value of the window's visibility. It may sound confusing at first, and bindings is a rather deep, specific topic, but if you stick with it you'll eventually get it, and it's extremely useful because it basically helps separate storage from the UI elements, or I guess that's the best way I can really put it. Just you'll have to kind of see as we go through here. So now let's connect this button to the make window disappear action. And now what we're going to do is let's go to the appcontroller.h file, and we're going to create an instance variable. It's going to be a boolean window is visible. So now what this is the value. This will store the value of the window's visibility factor. So the window will be visible when this is equal to yes, and invisible when this is equal to no. So now bindings introduces an extremely specific, I guess, or different, kind of rather strange but necessary topic or subject called key value coding. And what that is you have a key, you have two methods and a variable based around one key. For this specific instance, it'll be window is visible is the variable, and then because only an object within itself has access to its own instance variables, the bindings controller has to get the value of this variable through using a method. So it's going to call. Actually, let's go back to the window. We're going to click on the window, go to the bindings drop down in the inspector window. Hold on here, sorry. Okay, now click on under parameters visible. So now you're going to click on the app controller on the drop down, and the model keypad, this is where key value coding comes in, is window is visible. But like I said before, the bindings controller, because it's not within our app controller class, doesn't have access to this variable. So what it'll do is it'll look for a method with the same name as this to get the variable. So we have to create that for it. So now we're going to create two methods. Boolean, We'll return a boolean, which window is visible. Like I said, it has the same title or same name as the instance variable, so that everything's centered around this key, and it's easier for the binding controller to find it and access it. And then another one, which will be to set it. Set window is visible. Same thing. It'll look. The binding controller will look for that with the key value coding to set that value. So boolean is visible. And now let's create those methods, and very simply, bool window is visible. Simply all we will do with this is return the window is visible variable. Same thing here. Again, if you can't read this, because I'm on a time factor here, you're going to have to watch at Rever if you want to be able to read the text. YouTube puts a 10-minute time limit on video upload, so can't go past that. Window is visible. So here all we've done is we've set the window is visible instance variable to this value right here, whatever inputted. So now, with this action, let's simply use our key value coding methods to set the window is visible value. No. So now when this action is executed, it'll change the value of this, which will in turn call for the bindings controller. It will see that it's been changed, or will check to see if it's been changed, and it'll find the new value and change the visibility value of the window. So now, just to make sure, wait from nib. I'm sorry, equals yes, just so that it's visible in the beginning. So now let's build and see how this works. And there we have it. When the method is when this IB action is executed, the visibility key value, or the instance variable that the Windows visibility factor is bound to under here, visible, is changed to no, thus hiding the window. I hope you enjoyed. That is the end of this tutorial.